I wanted to say thank you for letting me borrow your HBO account.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm glad you finally finished Game of Thrones.
Yep, we binged the hell out of it.
That's good. I'm glad. It's now I can finally talk to you about everything that's going on. I don't have to worry about spoiling anything.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely one of the top 5 shows of all time for me.
Top 5 favorite shows of all time.
Uh-huh.
Top 5 of the, yeah. I certainly hope it's in the top 5 of the best shows ever. Seeing as how it's the best fucking show that's ever been fucking made.
Welcome, weary travelers, to this episode of the CFoD show. We have honor in our hearts, and we are here to serve you, my lord, and bring you the best show we can. Right. My name is Danny McCormick, and over here would be Tommy Vereen. How's it going, buddy?
It's going good, buddy. That was a lot better. I'm much happier with you now.
Oh, so, good.
We're all good.
Yep, because in real life, that actually did happen like 14 seconds ago.
That's how this works.
Uh-huh.
We say things, and then they happen immediately, and we go to bumpers, and we come right back, and there the show is.
Yeah. So, just so you know, we have decided that set number 3 is not necessary. We'll just make it set number 1.
I like it. We've got Mike Gillisley and Michael Crabtree.
Yeah.
A couple of mics just hanging out here.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to add another mic this week.
Could it be another mic?
I think it might be.
Uh-oh.
It won't be spoilers.
Yeah, don't fucking spoil the show. They need to watch to find out if it's a mic or another name.
Dragons. Anyways, so we are here to bring you the best source of fantasy football information you can get anywhere on the internet.
Pertaining to the league that you happen to be playing in.
Yes, because otherwise that sentence would be false and I would be a liar, and I don't want to be either of those. All right, so I will adapt set number 1 to have more MVPs starting next week, and I will also probably add something else to this next week as well, depending on how much work I decide to do on it.
So there's probably not going to be anything different.
Correct.
All right.
Other than one more MVP.
All right. Well, let's get into the stuff.
All right. Set number 2. And here we are.
Set number 2, where all the magic happens.
Where we get smaller, and we get to talk about what happened in the most recent week of CFoD. And here it is.
And what a week it was.
Starting
right up there with a shit performance from Danny McCormick.
I did have 100 points. I don't know when it changed to 99.
Stat corrections, bitch.
I checked stat correction. There wasn't any yet.
Apparently there are more now, because you scored less than 100, but you weren't the lowest score of the week.
Thank
you,
Jeff.
That belongs to
Thank you, Jeff.
Our so-called champion, Jeff Simpson, with 98 points, dude. Really? Really?
Yeah. I lost because I started the wrong people.
You did, but we'll get into that here in a little bit.
Yep, and Ralph started the wrong people as well, but right enough.
But he was right enough.
How well did you do, buddy?
I had an awesome week. Well, it didn't seem like it was going to be awesome. I'll tell you, when I woke up Sunday morning, I was down 40 points because I had -2 for my defense, and Barron had 38 points. So that was a bad start. Definitely did not. I knew it was going to take a big day to come back. Definitely did not see myself winning by 40, but that's what happens there. Moving on, had another close matchup between James and Cody. Mm-hmm. I thought Jeff was going to have a better matchup against Randall. It looked like Jeff was the favorite to win that.
Jeff was looking really good in that for a while.
I think Jeff was a victim of Derek Carr performance.
Yeah,
I think that was it. That was the big killer for him. It was also a big killer for Justin. The last minute loss.
Wow. No, that was Wasn't he projected to win by like 50?
He was dominating all day long, so I think that was a game that a lot of people just kind of looked away from and say, okay, Justin's got that one in the bag. Everyone,
if
Ashley,
you logged into our 11:21 update, I'm fairly certain we locked Justin in a win.
He was up by like 60 or something like that and projected to win by more, but it just...
But I want to go back up to your matchup real quick. Is that okay?
I love talking about me. Let's do this.
How did CFoD Diggs do?
CFoD Diggs had himself a day.
He sure did. But you know what? Baron scored over 100 points. We're proud of you, Baron.
I am very proud of Baron, actually. Baron had
that
a
was
great
his
week.
best performance of the season. For
Baron
sure.
would have beat 5 teams or 6?
7. I count 7.
Let's see, 135, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7. Gotcha. You're right.
I've been drinking and I can count faster than time.
I counted in different orders. So
now just imagine if CFoD Diggs and Brandon Cooks didn't get in the 30s.
Well, then I wouldn't be as awesome.
And Kendall Wright actually got points. That could have been a way different game.
Yeah, imagine if I had any points out of my Superflex.
Oh, look at that. 0 points.
And I spotted him -2 points off my defense. I tried to give Baron a chance.
You could have had, if you didn't start a defense, you could have had 178 points.
I'm
highest
sorry.
point total of the season.
I'm too awesome. I try to give back to the people, and that's the closest that I can do.
All right. Well, anyways, enough about this week. Do you want to look at the league as a whole right now?
Sure. Let's look at the...
All right. We get into standings.
And there it is, the clusterfucker sitting proud on top with that
Only
last-minute comeback.
By 2 points.
By 2 points over Blunts and Fortes, your clusterfucker pick of the beginning of the season.
Yeah, the clusterfucker and my clusterfucker pick are up there at the top of the season, of the top of the standings.
Just dominating. But I will point out that neither of them have as many points as I do.
Also, another thing about Baron is, look, he plateaued 300 points. So he doesn't look nearly as pathetic as he did last week.
That's true. He does look more up there. And he has a better win total than both Alan and Justin.
Yeah.
That's got to hurt for Justin. I know he was sitting there feeling like he had a good win finally under his belt to get this week going.
Justin has 1 less point than me and 1 less win.
Can he bounce back from that?
I hope so, because IKEA is actually one of my favorite stores. Half of my furniture is from IKEA.
Easy with the advertising. We are not getting paid for that.
Okay.
So,
sorry. Can we censor that? Here, let me censor it.
yeah, you don't have to worry about censoring that.
All right. Fair. What if I said... No, I won't say it. All right. Well, anyways, after standings, which actually, let's get back into what we did last week. Let's stay with standings.
Okay.
We have 2 3-0 teams. What's the record for the longest undefeated streak in the CFoD? Isn't it 5-0?
I think so. I think it's mine, isn't it?
I believe so. Last year.
But yes, I believe I conquered that record. I think it was 5-0.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think about somebody beating it this year?
Well, of course, it's not going to happen. Nobody's going to beat my record.
If
But
I could only find that piece of paper I just had, I would.
is this the piece of paper?
No, I changed it. I ripped this piece of paper off.
Oh, did you eat the piece of
I
paper?
probably ate the piece of
Did
paper.
you shove the piece of paper up your ass?
Oh, let me just reach in my ass, and here it is.
Told you. Always check your ass.
All right, so Randall is playing me, then Alan, then Ralph. Ashley's playing Cody, then Jeff, then me. So I'm involved in both of these guys. If Ashley wins her next 2, she has to beat me to get the record.
Wait. But Randall plays you this week.
Yeah.
So, interesting. You could have a say in who decides that this week. Both are a little bit of tough matchups, but we can get into that when we talk about that later on.
So what you're saying is I'm driving the show wrong.
I'm not calling you.
Just a little.
I'm not
bit.
going out there. I'm not calling you out. I'm not throwing salt in your game. I'm just saying congratulations to both of our undefeated teams. And good luck keeping it going. But
That's
we both
right.
know they'll stop before they hit 5.
All right. Well, we are on to our next segment, the Serious Minute. Are you ready for the Serious Minute, Tommy?
I don't have the glasses, so no, I'm not.
All right. Then we are on to our new segment called Emails and Voicemail. That's right. We got 17 emails this week, and we got 52 voicemails.
52 voicemails.
52 voicemails into the voicemail service, and we picked our favorite one of each, and we're going to answer both of them live on the air.
All right.
All right. Well, we're going to start with our voicemail. Here we go.
Hearing from the CFoD universe. I'm happy about
CFoD voicemail segment. We don't have a bumper for it yet because we just decided it about like 20 minutes ago that we were going to do it. Like, we didn't even have a voicemail service until 20 minutes ago.
And then we got 52 voicemails from him. We're like, fuck it, let's use these.
Exactly. So here is call number 1.
Hi, my name's Billy, and I'm 7 years old, and I like I like the show. I've been a fan my whole life, and I want to know. My question is, who do you think is going to be the clusterfucker?
Precious, our young fan base out there.
Billy. So adorable. Well, anyways,
That's
Billy.
a good question,
It
Billy.
is a good question, but I know the answer to this question.
Do you?
Yes.
Because I think I know the answer to it, too, Danny.
The answer is Ashley.
But Ashley is 3-0 on the season. How are you going to predict her to be the clusterfucker?
No, he asked who is the clusterfucker. So Ashley is the clusterfucker this year.
Danny, that's not what Billy meant when he asked the question. I think he was asking out of who's in the standings this year, who's going to finish as the clusterfucker.
No, he asked who this year is the clusterfucker, and it's Ashley.
Well, everybody knows that already. I think Billy knows that already. I know he's 7, but he's not a fucking retard. He knows that she's the clusterfucker already.
But I'm just saying, that question was asked, and I answered it.
Well, can you... Let's humor Billy and maybe answer who's going to be the clusterfucker after this year.
I'm sorry, but we are on voicemails and emails. If you want to answer that question, you're going to have to send in a voicemail or an email.
For the love of fucking Christ. Give me this. There.
Holy shit, a 50-30 voicemail.
Yeah, why don't we check out the fucking voicemail?
Hi, Danny. This is Tommy. I want to know who's going to be the fucking clusterfucker next year. Thanks. Bye.
All right, well, thank you, Tommy, for that nice voicemail. That is actually quite the question. I'm going to bring up the standing slide real quick so that we can take a look. It might be anyone from 7th on.
That's your analysis?
No, I was hoping... This is a back and forth show, Tommy. You're supposed to help me out.
Yeah, I will. Okay, fine. You know who I'm picking to be the clusterfucker? I got a bit of a dark horse candidate for you.
Ooh.
He was the #1 pick of this year's draft and even traded for a top 3 pick. I'm picking Danny McCormick, sitting there at 9th place, 1-2. His receivers are underperforming, definitely not doing what he thought they were going to do. Jay Ajayi can't run on the fucking Jets. What can he do? His flexes are garbage, his quarterbacks are garbage, and he can't even start the right people week in and week out. So Danny McCormick, you're the clusterfucker next year. Next year! Would you like to chime in, buddy?
I pick Allen.
All right.
I don't like this segment anymore.
All right. Well, I think we have another question. We're going to get into the email
No, we're
question.
going into fuck up of the week now.
Baby, you fucked up, you fucked up, you fucked up. This time I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Baby, you fucked up, you fucked up, you fucked up.
He's clearly, that ball is coming out. Trent, that's just a dumb play. It's a dumb thing to do.
Oh, man. I love that. I love that video.
You can cheer up anyone.
I mean,
At least it didn't cost them
that's
the game.
2 weeks in a row that the Bears have been the fuck up of the week.
Can they keep
video.
it going? I think the odds are in their favor if they want to. However, they did come out with that win. That didn't quite cost them the game, but it was still funny. Mm-hmm. Anyway, and the Bears
They play the Bears in like 2 days from recording.
They are the Bears.
The Packers.
Okay.
I told you I've been drinking. Okay. Sheesh.
Well, speaking of fuck up of the weeks, why don't you go ahead and list off our first nominee?
All right. Well, our first nominee for fuck up of the week. Again, he's here for. Is this the 3rd week in a row or only 2nd?
We didn't.
You're right.
Yeah.
The first show this year I did on my own because you sunburned and dying or something. Anyways, for the 2nd week in a row, we get to add Justin Borge to the fuck up of the week. He took his foot off the gas. He had a 149, granted it says 148 now, 149 point night or day and Sunday, and was ahead by like 50 points, projected to still win by 60 points or something outrageous.
He was up by a lot. He still had Amari Cooper left to go, and he stopped watching football.
He stopped
paying
playing.
attention.
So Amari Cooper got 1 point. Kirk Cousins and Chris Thompson combined for, what did you say, 51 points?
51 points between the two of
Ooh,
them.
boy. That is, so basically what you're saying is Ashley owes the Redskins $1.
Does she owe Redskins $1 or does she owe Justin $1 for taking his foot off the pedal?
So $1 for the Redskins, $1 for the...
How about 50 cents for each? Because there's
Okay,
still only
that's
$1
fair.
to go around.
That's fair.
In this scenario.
Seeing as how the Falcons only have 3 quarters.
And she only has $100 to spend throughout the season. So
yeah.
those are valuable dollars.
Got to be thrifty.
I'm down to like 13 already. So anyway, that was a solid nominee.
All
My
right.
nominee is my clusterfucker pick for the season, Danny McCormick. One of the reasons why I think he's going to be the clusterfucker this year, poor lineup decisions. You had 22 points left on your bench
by both Chris Hogan and Duke Johnson.
Right, you left it on your bench not only once but twice.
How'd my kicker do?
Your kicker failed to connect on his own one extra point attempt.
That's because there was no time left on the clock.
Oh, well,
he was nervous.
He still didn't get it, so that was a lot of bad decisions. That
I would have broke
made.
100 if he made that extra point.
Yeah, he would have. Exactly. And then had you started anyone on your bench, mainly Duke Johnson or Chris Hogan, you probably would have won. So that was a fucked up decision.
Well, you know who our third nominee is?
Who's that, Danny?
That would be you.
The fuck did I led the league in scoring?
Yeah, but you know what you don't lead the league in?
What's that?
Flex or super flex points.
We got to go to the Superflex points.
Yeah.
Look,
If you look at Tommy's Superflex points over the last 3 weeks, which we've only played 3 weeks, it adds up to a grand total of -1.
All right, so
Thus, if we played this season like we did last season with no Superflex, you would literally have 1 more point on the season.
Yeah, because I'm awesome. I didn't want to do the Superflex anyway. I didn't want to do it. So I'm boycotting the Superflex.
You were the one who petitioned for it.
Just because it was my idea doesn't mean I wanted to do it.
Well, then why did you petition for it?
Because I thought it was a good idea, and I was wrong. And it was a bad idea, and I knew it would be a bad idea from the start, which is why I'm boycotting it and not scoring any points on it and still winning. It makes sense.
All right, fine. You know, I don't want to be mad for the rest of this episode.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little hostility in the air
Truce?
right now. All right.
Truce. All right, well, you know what that means.
That means Justin fucked up!
That's right! Let's play the bumper. Play the bumper.
Oh.
Now that we're done with that bumper, do you want to hit another bumper?
Okay.
This is the
CFoD
Weekly Breakdown. That's right. We're now time. Oh, we're not doing that voice anymore.
No, we're not. See, it's tough to do. Like, I mean, it's good for.
Oh no! It's not that it was tough. It's just I forgot that we weren't doing it.
Let's see you do the voice throughout the entire breakdown.
Okay, Tommy. I will totally do the voice the entire breakdown.
All right.
Until I forget, which
Okay.
is right now. What am I doing?
Yep. See. Anyway, here's the breakdowns that people paid for.
Oh, anyways, so on to game number 1 between Ralph and Alan. That's right. 8th place, Ralph, and 11th place, Alan. Tommy, let me make this bigger so we can actually see it.
That's what your mama said.
All right. That's enough of that. You're not allowed to press the button anymore. I forbid it.
But I like the button.
Okay. Your mom likes the... I don't know. All right, so breakdown of game number 1. We've got Ralph, who got lucky, and I was nice enough to give him a win, versus Alan, who can't win to save his life.
Ralph had a crucial win last week, a much-needed win to keep this from being a potential clusterfuck off.
Kind of still is.
A little bit, but, you know, Ralph's got some good news on his side. He has Larry Fitzgerald coming off of a monster performance that probably would have led him to victory even had you made the correct starts, which you did not. But anyway, so he has them, Larry Fitzgerald, going up against the Niners defense. He has Doug... Little Billy watches the show, Danny, and you're going to go throwing ball... I didn't say it. He has that wide receiver from Seattle who did get injured, but not before he scored a bunch of points, which helped put you in the...
Now, here's the thing, though.
Week.
You know who's back for Ralph?
Willie Snead.
That's right.
Another weapon, which he did not have, which he did not need to beat Danny last week. He will have this week, and that's even more firepower. He also... Well, actually, hold up. We just had some breaking news a little while ago, because I see a running back in Ralph's lineup who is no longer on his team.
Oh, I must have made this slide like 4 seconds before it actually happened.
That's right. Mark Ingram's no longer on Ralph's team. Who could Ralph be starting in that spot? For those of you who didn't see the lineup, it was Mark Ingram and a draft pick traded for Jeremy Maclin and a draft pick.
He could be starting Amir Abdullah, Bilal Powell, Paul Perkins, Sam J. Pirine, Alfred Morris.
Yeah, so I don't like any of those. Maybe Amir Abdullah, but
it still says Mark Ingram in his lineup.
So that's something to keep in mind, because
he got Mark Ingram.
Did he get Mark Ingram?
Yeah, he got Mark Ingram.
I see. So he's got.
So I did it right.
Wow, that was fast. I just All right, well done, Danny. All right, well, in that case...
But he does have a nice new 18th round pick.
Yes, he does, which will come in handy next year. But he's playing against Allen, who desperately needs a win.
He didn't have an 18th round pick this year.
Now he has
two
so
far.
Just, didn't get to know what it was like last year. He'll find out what it was like this year. Anyway, into the breakdown here. Allen needs a win, unless Allen's just like...
Allen's rebuilding, I think.
Yeah, it looks that way. He's got his tool belt up there, his hard hat, so he's prepared for this.
I don't see a hard hat. I
just
see like a bald head.
But I'm looking at his team, and it doesn't look like an 0-3 team to me. I'm seeing a guy who's making some good moves. He has Chris Carson on his team. Martellus Bennett could be, he's going against a former team on a Thursday. He might have some points there. So I don't think Allen's team is as bad as it looks. However, I don't know when Allen's going to get a win. I don't think it's going to be this week. I think Ralph's got this one.
And as much as I want to press this brand new contention button we have, I have to do a consensus pick with you, buddy.
Well, we did just make peace, so it would be kind
consensus.
of
Ralph wins.
Ralph wins.
All right. We will be moving on to game number 2 now, which is between Taserface Josh Gillespie and Baron Peterson, the Irish Whip.
You know what these two teams have in common? They both lost to me. Because I'm awesome. And I will say that Baron gave me a much tougher run for my money than Josh did. At least what I thought, anyway. Baron actually had me scared at one point. That running back combination he has is pretty lethal between Le'Veon Bell and Christian McCaffrey. And Le'Veon Bell's been disappointing this season.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey is great because Cam Newton's arm doesn't work past Christian McCaffrey.
Right, so it works perfect. He throws it right to him. Whereas Josh has actually had some disappointing running back performances from a guy who was once had the strongest backfield in the league.
I sadly, I have to say this, Josh, and now that I'm saying this, he's going to win like 7 in a row. I think he traded his way out of an elite team.
You think so?
He may have traded himself out of the playoffs. He is 2-1 though.
He is still 2-1. But yeah, he traded away Devonta Freeman. Traded away T.Y. Hilton, which, I don't think he needed to get rid of T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton still had a good week for Allen last week, and he's going to have Andrew Luck coming back, whereas A.J. Green's had trouble getting going with Andy Dalton.
But he basically just made a trade for Frank Gore for Lamar Miller, which this week was kind of a wash. Yeah, actually, I think Frank Gore had more points than Lamar Miller.
He picked a bad time to trade for Tyler Eifert now that he's out for the next several weeks, and you got a better draft pick for that. So that was some tough luck for for Josh. Melvin Gordon's banged up now too.
Yeah,
so,
I heard about that.
So
Danny Mandola can get his 17th concussion at any time.
Kelvin Benjamin's hurt too. There's just everybody's hurt. Frank Gore has a tough matchup against
and we
Seattle.
all know that whoever he trades Devontae Freeman for is going to tear a meniscus. So AJ Green, I am sorry, but sometime in the next few weeks you're going to tear your meniscus.
All seriousness, despite even after all the bashing of Josh's team, I agree with it. I think Barron's going to win this week. I think the running backs are too good. I think I think Josh is going to have some trouble. I don't know if Kelvin Benjamin's playing.
We do have to give a little bit of props to Brandon Marshall. He watched the show last week.
Career performance or season performance.
He watched the show last week and kind of made peace with this entire team. Granted, he forgot to make peace with the defense. Thus, your offense just ran all over him.
Yeah, that's what happened there.
Yep.
But he has been rewarded. He's no longer a flex. He is now a starting wide receiver on Barron's team.
Yep.
So, I just see his team heading in a positive direction. The locker room leadership is there. It's a solid front. They haven't been trading and mixing everything up so much. You have that stability, which Josh's team does not have at the moment.
Correct.
So
especially if you look at Kelvin Benjamin's knee.
Kelvin Benjamin's knee isn't stable. Sammy Watkins' brain isn't stable. Nothing on Danny Amendola is stable. Just tough luck for Josh right now. I think Barron's going to take advantage. I'm picking Barron.
Consensus.
Should that be the contention?
Okay, well, if that's the contention, then we have to do it right.
All right.
All right. Game number 3. That's your game, Tommy.
That's me.
You're playing the best furniture store ever, but I can't say the name because they don't pay us to advertise.
That's true. You're doing well, Danny. Well, let's see. So I'm already seeing that Justin has one player going on Monday, so that's good because he'll stop paying attention after halfway through Sunday. So really all I have to do is survive that long, and then he won't do anything with Jameson Crowder.
Who do you have in the night games? You don't. You don't have anyone playing at night. You need to get some people who play in Sunday night and Monday night games. Otherwise, you're going to lose.
No, that's fine. I've got Thursdays and Sunday mornings. So I'm just saying, I just have to outlast him to a certain point, and then he'll stop. So I don't even. I'll build a cushion off of that. So anyway, that's as far as I'm going into that analysis. I'm picking myself to win.
All right, Amari Cooper. Boom or bust? Probably bust.
Against Denver's secondary. That's a tough
Jamison
way to bounce
Crowder
back.
hasn't done crap this year. Jordan Matthews.
Jamison Crapper.
Jordan Matthews, there's only one of him.
That is. In this league, there is only one, and he has to do.
Now, he's still going to get 72 points from Todd Gurley and Dalvin Cook.
That is true, and that is probably it. Tom Brady, too. Tom Brady has a cake matchup this week. I'm just kidding. It's a solid. Well, the secondary is still not great, but...
He'll get points from Denver versus Oakland, too.
Yeah, that's
probably a 1 pick 6.
No, it'll be a fine matchup, but, I'm not going to pick against Mary Poppins.
God damn it.
We're friends now. That's 3 consensus picks.
All right, on to game number 4, which is mine, which I apparently did while I was logged out of Yahoo, which, as you can see, it's Hidden versus Hidden, or Danny versus Randall, if you know the team names.
That's true. You were right on both of those team names. You know who both of the owners are. You did your research this week. So now I'm looking at this. Again, on paper, you have the wide receiver matchup every week, Danny. It's just if they can. I mean, Julio Jones has a little bit of a back trouble, I guess, right now.
My Schmagegi.
So that's he heard a Schmagegi. That is official medical diagnosis. So we'll see how those wide receivers go. We'll see how his positive curse does. But other than that, I think you still have the matchup there. I am going to firmly give him the running back advantage again. Even though you do have Jay Ajayi against New Orleans, but he didn't do so hot against the Jets.
Well, that's because the Jets have a stacked 8-man box.
That's what your mama said.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And now into the flex positions. I'm going to give you the edge there, too. I do like James Wyatt a lot. Kenny Golladay is, hit or miss, but I like Chris Hogan a lot in that matchup, and I think Jay Cutler, I don't think he's going to bust again. The early 6:30 matchup against New Orleans.
I know. I thought
London.
about that. I'm like, the London matchup.
It's New Orleans.
Always one team does bad.
But it's New Orleans. Defense, he can't suck 2 weeks in a row. So I'm going to like Jay Cutler there. I'm going to predict Cody Parkey to even
you said he can't suck 2 weeks in a row. I guess that button didn't work then.
Nah, not really. But it was okay. It was a good A for effort. I'm going to predict that Cody Parkey scores a point, at least 1 point this week.
I'm going to drop him. You
all
know that.
Right. Then whoever your kicker, you're going to get at least 1 kicker point this week. God damn it. And so all that being said, you know what? I'm picking Danny to win.
Yay! I'm doing that too.
I think you're going to knock off the undefeated Randall. Just how we drew that up.
On to game number 5. Between the clusterfucker and the next clusterfucker.
Well, the next clusterfucker was in the last... Never mind. Anyway, Cody and Ashley. Can Ashley be stopped? She might be down 21 in the projections right now, but she has a player with a broken arm and ACL in her lineup.
Oh, my ACL.
And she's only projected to lose by 21. Plus, she has Chris Thompson, who has been known to score 30 points.
72 points.
72 points.
Kirk Cousins.
Thompson Cousins.
She needs... Dang it, she can't change her name.
No, she can't. She's stuck with the team name. However, if she gets 51 points from her Redskins every week without Jordan Reed, she got 51 points from her Redskins.
That's right. She has Jordan Reed.
That's right.
She played Ryan Griffin, who I thought about picking up and didn't.
She can trade tight ends and pick up scrub tight ends. She can pick up Crockett Gilmore and still get points out of them, or Ryan Griffin, whoever the hell.
She has more moves at this time of the year than she's had in any CFoD year in the past.
And that's why she's undefeated right now. Mm-hmm. But this week,
we're proud of you, Ashley.
We are proud of Ashley. But Cody has a good lineup too. I'm looking over there. He's been a little disappointed by it so far. Trevor Pryor has been disappointed, but Mike Evans is still a monster. He didn't get any touchdowns from Mike Gillislee last week, and that's going to be the story of Mike Gillislee this year.
Notice Mike Gillislee is a starting running back.
He is, and he should be, because he's going to get opportunities, and it's just hopefully he gets those touchdowns, and sometimes he won't.
I don't see that happening because the Panthers just let bombs happen, so it's going to be 2 touchdowns by Cooks and 3 touchdowns by Hogan this
I
week.
certainly hope so. However, Patriots love getting tackled at the 1-yard line. So
I thought Hogan got tackled at the 1-yard line
he
in the
probably
last
did.
game. But they gave him the touchdown.
But anyway, back into the analysis. Ashley is undefeated. She's found a way to win every single week. But looking at the on paper here, I can't pick against Cody's lineup. I think it's too good, top to bottom. Carlos Hyde in the super flex spot. Adam Thielen in a flex spot there. I like that lineup top to bottom. I can't pick against him. I'm picking Cody.
You are picking Cody. Well, I am trying to stall for time so I can check out
Ashley's other running back.
benches.
You're trying to check out Ashley.
No, check out her bench.
Oh, I see.
See what other tight ends she has.
Oh, Jordan Howard. That might be a good one to play.
Maybe.
I think Ashley's going to be just fine. We might need to reconsider this breakdown because she's got Jordan Howard and Randall Cobb sitting on her bench, assuming Cobb plays.
Yeah, I don't actually. I probably wouldn't start Cobb.
Yeah, not on a Thursday.
Especially because she's got
right.
Devontae Adams
But yeah, she plugs in Jordan Howard over Darren
right.
Sproles, and she's going to be fine there.
You picked Cody?
Let me make sure here. Jordan Howard on a short week at Green Bay. Yeah, I'm going to stick with Cody.
All right.
Contention. We should punch. That's cooler than a slap.
No, I don't.
Punch me. Contention.
Ow.
See, it hurts. It's fun. Anyway, we'll get better at that. Sean? Anyway.
All right, on to the CFoD big game of the week. That's right. If you've been watching and you haven't seen your team name yet, you must be really hated by Tommy because this is not just the CFoD big game of the week. This is the Tommy Hate Bowl.
The Tommy Hate Bowl?
That's right. Between James and Jeff, the 2 most hated people in Tommy's life. I don't know why he keeps inviting you to fantasy football things if he fucking hates you so goddamn much.
Wait a second. I'm not
And
sorry.
I do hate Jeff too. 2 belts in a row. That's why I hate Justin a little bit in the past.
Yeah, I don't mean to interject, buddy. I'm sorry. That was good, but and you're right. You didn't say anything wrong there. I feel like we've broken down that matchup that way before. That
Doesn't matter. Still funny.
Is it though? Is it
Yep.
funny if we just keep recycling?
You guys are laughing, aren't you?
Are they? All right.
Oh man,
That's
he
cool.
hates you guys.
Yeah.
And they're like the 2 top watchers of the show, which is why I love them.
Yeah, because whatever. They're all right. Well, I guess I should.
All right, so break it down, Tommy.
I guess James wins. No. All
All right. Well, I believe that is going to do it for this episode of the CFoD show. Once again, if you want to send an email to the show, just email the email up
link
there.
right there.
The-
However, we missed something.
What did we miss?
We missed something. We talked about him, but we never gave him the credit he deserved.
Oh my
Our
goodness.
MVP of the week.
Let's play the bumper.
I get to play the bumper?
We made the bumper like special for him. Play the bumper.
All right, here you go.
Blitz again. Cousins gets it away. Wide open is Thompson. And Thompson will get to the end zone. Favorite movie is Mary Poppins.
Favorite song, Spoonful of Sugar.
2nd and 20. And they get it to Thompson. And he gets around Joseph and turns it into a nice gain. Also a backup with Laval out at left guard. They swing it out here to Chris Thompson. And Chris Thompson on a 3rd and 19 is going to go maybe all the way. At least all the way down to the 10-yard line.
All right, well, wasn't that fun? Anyways, as I said, the email is up there. Email the email address. If you want to call the show and leave a voicemail, we got the voicemail line right up there. And anyways, is there anything you want to tell the people before we go, Tommy?
I just want to say, people, thank you for your money, which is going to go to me because I'm still awesome even after losing David Johnson. I'm going to win the championship, and Danny's going to be the clusterfucker. But we love you. Go CFoD yourselves.
Go CFoD yourselves.
What's the burn for? What's that all about?